You've been one of the biggest supporters, if not the most vocal supporters of President Donald Trump by far. What do you make of and I'm sure you've been asked before, what do you make of this possible indictment and arrest of President Trump? What's your personal take on that?
I'm sad for the country. I worry that an indictment of a former president ruins America's moral authority in the world. When dictators and despots try to imprison their predecessors or their future political rivals, America has always stood out as an example for institutional strength and for some sense of humility and reservation about such really catastrophic tactics in a country. And now we see that happening in our own country. And I think it's all for politics. Reuters recently had a survey showing 54% of the country believed that this was a political persecution of Trump. 54% of the country aren't Republicans, but certainly they see this for what it is. As a lawyer, I'm also troubled by the fact that a felony criminal legal theory seems to be getting shoehorned into what at most would be a misdemeanor bookkeeping dispute over business records. And I think people see through that. Politically, I think it'll make Trump stronger. At times, Trump's magic is that when he's embattled, he is able to expose some of the worst things in our government that need reform, and I'll be working on some of those reforms as a member of the Weaponization Subcommittee.
And you made a remark the other day regarding a remark that Governor Ron DeSantis made, that by him not standing with the president, it endangers Floridians and all Americans. I mean, what did you mean by that exactly?
Well, when there is a request to extradite someone, the governor actually has a role to play to determine the sufficiency of the charge. Is someone actually being charged with a felony? That is the constitutional standard. Here, I don't believe this is truly facially even a felony charge. It is a misdemeanor in drag. And, the governor doesn't like drag shows, and so maybe we shouldn't be for a misdemeanor parading around in drag as a felony. I think that he could do more, and I like the governor. I think he's done a fine job for our state, but I think this was a missed opportunity.
Do you think, in your opinion, you worked with the governor here for a few years. Has he changed much since being elected governor to when he was in Congress? Or?
Oh, I certainly think that when someone has the burdens of executive leadership, it must inform their perspective and their opinion and how they approach things. I approach things a little differently as a congressman than I did as a state legislator, so I could see how professional development from one job to another would contribute to how someone views the state and views the country.